Good morning, St. Louis. Welcome to another episode of the STL Donut Tour. Today, I'm highlighting all of my favorite cake donuts from around the St. Louis area. I'll be sharing my top 3 favorite blueberry cake, chocolate cake, and yellow cake donuts from around St. Louis. Some of you may know from my past videos that I'm not the biggest fan of blueberry cake donuts, so I didn't get one from every shop. But I did try some absolutely amazing blueberry cake donuts from a few shops that I just had to share with you because they made me change my mind entirely. Cake donuts are one of my all-time favorite styles, and I had a hard time narrowing down my top 3 of each. So I didn't make these choices lightly. I've eaten over 100 different cake donuts on the tour and judged them harshly but fairly to find the softest, fluffiest, butteriest, most melt-in-your-mouth cake donut in 25 miles. You can be sure that if you try a cake donut from one of these places, you're in for a real special treat. Now let's take a closer look at those donuts.
Starting off today, we have a glazed blueberry cake donut from the Donut Express in Bethalto, Illinois. I thought they had a real delicious cake to them both times I visited. The inside texture is unique and almost muffin-like. It's so soft and airy. The blueberry flavor isn't overpowering here. The buttery richness from the cake comes through and you get a good sweetness from the thick glaze. If you're a fan of this style, then you should definitely try out the Donut Express version. Following that, we have a glazed blueberry cake donut from Wood Bakery in O'Fallon, Illinois. I usually don't get these too often, but I'm trying to showcase the really spectacular ones I find. When you start out with a winning cake donut recipe that has a buttery soft melt-in-your-mouth texture, then you've already got a head start on everyone else. The blueberry flavor was pleasant and not overpowering, letting the cake donut flavor come through as well. This is a spectacular version of this popular classic. Up next is the glazed blueberry cake donut from Duke Bakery in Alton, Illinois. It may be small, but it is packed with intense blueberry flavor. I love the texture combination of the pillowy soft cake donut and the thick crisp glaze. Breaking it open, we find it is so packed with blueberries that it is a deep shade of purple. You should definitely pick a few of these up when you visit Duke Bakery. Up next is the glazed devil's food cake donut from the Donut House on Morganford. I didn't get one of these the first time I visited, but have since been back twice and gotten amazing ones. This beautifully chocolate cake donut is soft and fluffy with a sweet cocoa flavor. The cake has a nice buttery melt-in-your-mouth texture, while the chocolate has a good sweetness. The fantastic glaze goes on to make this an A+ devil's food cake donut in my book. Next up is the glazed chocolate cake donut from the Donut Hole in Barnhart. This cake donut has a rich buttery taste with a light glaze for a hint of sweetness to round out the chocolatey cocoa goodness. The cake itself has a faint hint of cherry, and overall is the perfect devil's food cake donut. You may have to travel a few extra miles to get to the Donut Hole, but all of the donuts there are worth it. After that is the chocolate iced cake donut from Baker's Dozen Donuts off Page Ave. This cake donut is super soft and spongy with a truly unique flavor that stands out among the others I've had on the tour. The chocolate icing has a smooth matte finish with a good fudgy texture. Overall, this chocolate cake donut is unique and delicious. And first up with the yellow cake donuts is the Dutch Crumb from the Donut King in St. Charles. They wouldn't let me leave the store without getting one of these. After one bite, I could see why. This donut is a rich cinnamon coffee cake style with a good moist crumble and a healthy dose of cinnamon sugar crumb coating. The Dutch crumb donut is absolutely delicious. I wish I had gotten 2, and you need to try one of these if you love cake donuts. Following that is the glazed cake donut from the Donut Express in Bethalto, Illinois. The cake on this is absolutely amazing. So dense and moist with a rich buttery flavor. This is a really good donut for dunking, and the glaze is good and thick, giving the inside a nice marinated look from all the sugar soaked into the warm cake. This is definitely a contender for best cake donut on the tour. Next up is the glazed cake donut from Donut Drive-In on Chippewa. These glazed cake donuts are spectacular with a melt-in-your-mouth softness and real buttery richness you can't find many other places. The cake is incredibly moist and fluffy with a delicious flavor. Topped with a thick sugary glaze that gives them a beautiful sweetness, I just can't get over how amazing these donuts are. Absolute perfection. Following that is the most delectable chocolate-iced yellow cake donut from Duke Bakery in Alton, Illinois. This right here is one of my absolute favorites of this style. Another perfectly melt-in-your-mouth donut with just the right sweetness. They have the most decadent dark chocolate icing I've found, and it balances so well with their soft, buttery yellow cake. These should be on the top of every best of list.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. Make sure to click that like and subscribe button down below so you don't miss another donut destination. I've got a couple more highlight videos scheduled for the next few weeks to finish off the series, so don't miss another episode of the STL Donut Tour, where I'm looking for the gateway to the West through fried dough. Have a great day, everyone.